We finally got the brief spoilers for 1182, and it's looking like we're getting some crazy lore in this chapter involving the gods of One Piece. Sommers and Killingham are back in action and they're powered up, and it looks like we're going to be getting Sanji and Zoro versus Sommers and Killingham. Real quick before we get into these spoilers, I just want to thank everybody for supporting the channel so far. We're almost at 100 subscribers. I never thought this would be possible, so really thank you. But getting into these brief spoilers, Sanji and Zoro are up, injured but not completely defeated. So this is what I thought. I didn't think that they were down for good. I mean, they got hit once pretty good by Emu, but that shouldn't be enough to kill them. That shouldn't be enough to take them out for the rest of the arc. So it's nice to see that they're up. I wonder how bad their injuries actually are. I think that Sanji honestly got it worse than Zoro because of the kick with the hockey. I mean, we don't really know how effective Omen is yet. So I think Zoro was able to tank that attack. But Loki is combining his lightning powers with Ragnar's ice using several attacks. Emu counters with fireballs. This should be pretty cool. Loki's combining his ice powers with his lightning powers. I don't think we've seen this yet. I wonder if this is a projectile attack. I'm assuming he's like firing some type of projectile at Emu, considering Emu is pretty far away, and Emu's countering with fireballs. I'm guessing this is the same type of fireballs Emu used on Gunko's like ice cube, and it's just blowing them apart. So we still don't even really know what happened with Gunko's ice cube. So I'm assuming Emu broke that shit. But now getting into some of the big parts of this chapter, Sommers and Killingham are indeed stronger. Sommers, for example, carries a giant ship on his back all by himself. They try to continue their plan to kidnap the children. Okay, so I recently made a video on what Sommers and Killingham could be doing, and this is not at all what I expected, because Sommers literally leaves the location of where the children were at. Like, Sommers was at the West Village where everyone was defeated, and he could have just grabbed the children, but instead he leaves to go grab a ship, and now he's carrying it back. Killingham, it makes more sense. Like, he's probably going to where the children are. I didn't really know where he was going, so it looks like he just went to the other side of the branch to the West Village. I don't know where Sommers is getting a ship from, whose ship this is. It's probably just a giant ship, which would make it even more crazy. If he's able to carry a giant ship on his back, then this is like a big power up. But it looks like they're trying to continue their plan to kidnap the children. So I thought that they gave up on that plan and they were going to go do something else, but it looks like they're still trying to do that. So Killingham creates his strongest creation yet. He makes a new dream monster using the fear of his own dreams, Zaza, the rain goddess, whom the world government fears most. Dude, what the fuck is Zaza? Like, what is this name? I don't know. Oda just does the dumbest shit sometimes, but the rain goddess Zaza, who the world government fears most. Why do they fear this rain goddess? This has to be Vivi. Like, this has to be Vivi. I feel like Alabasta, Vivi starts screaming, it starts raining. Like, I don't know who else is as connected with the rain as Vivi is. I mean, maybe Dragon, but the fact that it's a goddess too, it makes me, I don't know. It could be Nami. It could be Vivi. I feel like it's Vivi. Emu has wanted Vivi this whole time. That would make sense. I think they're discussing some of the other gods throughout this chapter. That's what the spoilers have made it seem like, but I don't really know if that's the case. These spoilers just kind of, hype shit up for no reason sometimes. So I honestly don't know. It could just be this rain goddess. I was hoping we were going to get all of the gods and we were going to kind of learn more about who they are, what they represent, but I don't know. Okay, the rain god. So the rain god is a real thing. So I'm assuming all these other gods are real, or like people are the representations of these gods. So I'm thinking Vivi, maybe Nami are the representations of this rain god. But what the fuck does Zaza mean? Like, what type of name is that? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Why do they fear the rain goddess? I mean, like, I get the rain, it's water. Okay, they're all devil fruit users, so the water hurts them. I don't know. So now Zaza is so strong that she easily floods an entire village. So I'm wondering, okay, is Zaza what flooded the world to some extent? Like, did it just rain forever and ever? And then is Zaza doing this now? Like, are they flooding an Elbaf village? Is this some like flashback to the original Zaza and they're flooding a village? I don't know. So I don't know, what is this Zaza demon doing? Like, what is this Zaza creature doing? Because it seems like Killingham's making this just to like wreak havoc. I don't know why he didn't make some fire monster. I don't know. I mean, we have Jinbei. He's the water dude. Like, this just seems like a super easy matchup for us, I guess. But okay, getting to the last big point, Zoro and Sanji prepare for the final fight against Killingham and Sommers. Okay, so Zoro and Sanji are about to be fighting boosted Killingham and Sommers. I really want to see this. So it could be that Zoro's going to be fighting Killingham and Sanji's going to be fighting Sommers. I feel like that's been the matchups that we've, been thinking is going to happen this entire arc so far. And Oda kind of flipped it where we had Zoro fighting Sommers and Sanji fighting Killingham. But it looks like now that they're boosted, we're finally getting the matchups that we thought were going to happen. I'm guessing Sanji is running back all the way to the West Village. I mean, Sanji must have got, I don't know, like, where are they fighting at? Because we know Zoro was in the West Village. Village. Sommers left. If he's carrying his ship back to the West Village, he's there. Killingham could have went to the West Village when he left Emu, but then I don't know, how is Sanji getting there? Unless they're not all together, but it makes it seem like they're all in the same location, like it's a 2v2, which I would really like to see that, like an actual 2v2 fight, not two 1v1s. I want to see them try to like combo fight each other. I feel like Sommers is kind of dumb because, dude, you literally had a wounded Zoro on the ground and then you just left to go get a ship. You would have been able to kill Zoro, kill everyone that's in the West Village, and then just take the children. But instead you go off and now you let them recover. I don't know. It's just dumb. So I have some other little tidbit spoilers. So it looks like Loki is still fighting Emu and he's not using his hybrid form. So we already covered Loki's combining his lightning powers with Ragnar's ice attacks and he's firing those at Emu, I'm assuming, but he's still not using his hybrid form, which if he has that in the bag and he's getting beaten by Emu this badly and he's still not using it, I just don't understand why he's not. This makes me think that Loki doesn't have a hybrid form. Like if you're not pulling it out here, when are you going to use it? But other than that, that's all we've got. I think we need to see a lot more spoilers for this chapter. I think there's still a lot more to this chapter than just these spoilers, so take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm not sure about Luffy. I'm assuming Luffy is going to be ready at the end of this chapter, something like that, probably ready for next chapter. But yeah, this chapter is looking crazy. It looks like we're setting up some big fights for Zoro and Sanji, and we're getting a ton of lore. I really hope this goddess shit, this god stuff is really explained in this chapter, because I was hoping that we were going to be like, oh, here's the earth god, the sun god. We're confirming that Luffy's the sun god and Dragon is the rain god or whatever. Like, what is Blackbeard? But it looks like maybe we're only learning about Zaza, the fucking rain goddess. I don't know. I was thinking that this was all going to be confirmation that like Luffy and Loki are actual gods, because when Emu tried to Dami-Reversi them, Emu was like, oh, as expected. My thinking of that now is that, okay, Emu needed to actually confirm that they were the gods. So Emu uses Dami-Reversi almost like a testing tool. Like, okay, if I hit this person with Dami-Reversi, I can test if they're an actual god, because it won't work on these gods. So Emu was in their blob form. They tried it on Luffy, Loki, confirmed that they were actually the gods. Then Emu's like, okay, now I can actually come here and actually try to defeat them. But I don't know. We're gonna have to see what this chapter has in store. I'd like to know what you guys have to think about it down below. Did you guys enjoy these spoilers? If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. That's all I got for today. See ya.